Hey guys, in this session we're going to be looking at solving quadratics with graphics calculator. So the first thing, as always, I'm actually use the four equations from the previous example that I did with the quadratic formula, and I've also got the solutions for this four equations. So the first step is write down ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Then, of course, matching all the a values. Then I've got all the b values here lined up nicely in front of x, and c, which is the constant that's by itself. Okay, so the next thing is get the graphics calculator, go into menu. What we're going to do is, so when you go into menu, go into equation, just that, and what you should see is it should say something like this: polynomial, simultaneous, and solver. We want to be doing polynomial, which is F2. So click on that, and we also want to do degree 2 because x squared is the biggest, the biggest power that we have is 2. So we're going to have degree 2. And then here you can actually see the ABC values. All right. So I'm going to take my first example here, which is this one, where A is equal to 1, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to 3. So I'm going to put that down here. So I've got 1, 4, and 3. And once I click on enter again, or you can also press solve, which is F1. As you can see, my two answers, which is -1 and -3. Cool. So that's the first one, which is correct. Now I'm going to do the second one. So I've got A of 4, B 20, C is 25. So if I go exit, and I'm going to rewrite those numbers. So I've got 4, 20, and 25. And remember that in this question we only had one answer. So when we press solve, as you can see, there's only one answer. There's -2.5, but the times 2 that it actually says that there's two solutions, but both of these solutions are the same. That's why we only get one answer. There's another thing that you'll notice is right here in the corner, you've actually got -5/2 here of the screen. Now that's just another, it's just what it is this decimals to fraction. Okay, so here we have our answer as -2.5 or 5/2, which can actually be seen in the calculator there. Okay, so, and I'm going to show you why it's quite useful to see that corner of the calculator in the next problem. So in the next problem, we've got A as 3, B as 11, and C as -4. So we're going to do that. We're going to exit. We're going to put in 3 as A, 11, and -4. Okay, when you do that, notice how the first answer is 0.333 recurring, but in the fraction form, it's actually 1/3, and that's how we get this answer here as 1/3 in our solutions, and our second solution is -4. So anytime you have a decimal, if you go to the corner of your screen, you should see that as a fraction, which is a much more accurate answer than your decimal, just because of rounding errors and things like that. So let's go to the last question. The last question, we have A value of 3, B value of 4, and C value of -2. So if we were to do that, we've got 3, and then, we've got 3, and then we've got 4 as our B value, and C is -2. Put that all in, and when we press solve, you're going to get these two numbers. Now, unfortunately, in this case, as you can see, there's not really a nice fraction to write it, so it's just going to leave it as a decimal right there. So in terms of our answers, we've got 0.387 and -1.72, and that's pretty much it, and that's good enough for us here. Okay guys, so that's just another way of solving quadratics, especially if you have a graphics calculator. You are allowed to use the graphics calculator in your external exam and also in your internals, so it's another option that you actually have. Okay, cool. That's it for this little short video. Thank you for watching, and as usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.